Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Open Circle podcast. I am your host Yukta Priya, and आज के इस एपिसोड के लिए आई गेस मैं ही एक्साइटेड और नर्वस दोनों हूँ बिकॉज आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ आई मेक अ मिस्टेक तो आज मुझे डांट पड़ेगी या मैं रोस्ट होंगी because joining me today is Mr. Nabarun Sen Gupta sir from Oxford and he has been my teacher. उन्होंने मुझे स्टैंडर्ड 8 में पढ़ाया था and since then we are in touch. Thank you very much sir for joining us today. Good evening sir.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to see you in this particular position, and I'm also very eager to have the program, start the program along with you.
Sure sir. It's already 8 p.m. now. So my first question is how has your day been today?
Well, as usual, every day is a new day, and like being in this profession, every day brings some new opportunities, new challenges, and some new experiences. So every day I wake up in the morning, I wait eagerly that what today has been in store for me. And at the end of the day, when I recapitulate, it's been mixed bag most of the time with mostly positive experiences. And even if the negative ones are there, I turn it into the positives.
Wow, sir, that's an inspiration. Because as far as I remember, we were the ones who would, you know, would test the patience hota hai na. That's what we used to do. And still, we have seen you losing your patience very rarely. It rarely ever happened that I've seen you like genuinely
Can I take it
scolding.
as a compliment?
Of course it is. All right, so while picking up a profession for you, you could have been an astronaut or a cricketer or a orator as you are, so but you chose to be a teacher. What was that motivation for you कि नहीं मुझको टीचर ही बनना है?
Well, to tell you exactly, Yukta, I have been a teacher by choice, not by chance. So, whenever you are choosing a profession, it's very important that you choose your profession as your first choice, not as not something कि इधर से नहीं हुआ तो उसको भी try कर लेते हैं in that particular sense. So, teaching has been something that has always inspired me. So, as my family background is concerned, my father and grandfather, they are not related to the teaching position, but they were teachers in the sense that many people came to them, and I heard them since my childhood sharing thoughts on literature and all other things. So, at the back of the mind, that thing was always there. If I have to choose a career like that, I think this would be best suited. This can be best suited for me. And when I started growing up, this particular thought means became more and more prominent in my mind. कि करना है तो बस इसी को करना है. So I would say that if you have a fixed goal in your mind right from the means adolescent days, and if you move ahead with it, so it will be it becomes a smoother journey.
I see. हाँ तो आप ऐसे टीचर बाय मिस्टेक नहीं थे आप टीचर बाय चॉइस थे.
No, not at all. Right.
Alright.
By choice, definitely by choice.
तो सर आपका जो स्टार्टिंग का डेज था एज यू नो व्हेन यू फर्स्ट वॉकड इनटू अ क्लास फुल ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स तो हाउ
Mm-hmm.
वाज दैट एक्सपीरियंस फॉर यू वाज इट लाइक ये कहाँ आ गया या फिर लाइक ओह आई हैव बीन वेटिंग फॉर दिस व्हाट वाज इट इन योर केस?
Right. So I would just share an interesting anecdote with you. When I was in this during my B.Ed days, for the teaching career, the B.Ed is compulsory. So when I was in my college days doing my bachelor in education, that's B.Ed. So at that point of time, the teachers used to tell us a lot. You have to be like. Means when you will be going and presenting in front of the students and all, you have to be very confident. You should not means lag and all those things. And among them, there was one teacher who told us that you sentences or many things that teachers tell you कि ऐसा करना है and वैसा करना है, but when you actually walk into the class and you face the means the students, तो उस टाइम माँ सरस्वती का आशीर्वाद आ जाता है हम लोग सबके ऊपर, हम लोग सबके ऊपर. So and means that thing still strikes me that whenever I walk into the class and whenever I start the class, I feel that an invisible force is there, which means always strives, helps me to strive forward in that particular way. And it's just a way, when whenever you must be driving a scooty, so you must have that experience that whenever you are kick-starting a scooty, it initially it makes some means it may not start at once, but once you are in full throttle and you put the accelerator in, then there
Smooth,
is no
right?
stopping the scooty. It reaches around 40, 50 feet. So it's the teaching is always like that. You go into a class and you start and you make your initial statements, and then by the blessings of Ma Saraswati and your full throttle will help you to get into the class in a smoother way. There is no looking back after that.
Of course, क्योंकि आई हैव ऑलवेज बिलीव दैट किसी चीज को जीरो से लेकर वन पर लेकर के जाना इज ऑलवेज द टफेस्ट पार्ट. एंड देन वन पे आने के बाद 10th तक तो इट जस्ट समथिंग दैट ड्राइव्स यू, यू गो विद द फ्लो काइंड ऑफ थिंग, राइट? तो I,
Right, right, right. You have got the life lesson.
because I didn't deal it myself, I know कि उस ट्रेनिंग में इतना ज़्यादा आपको ट्रेन कर दिया जाता है दैट क्लास जाके भी फील, हाँ स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा सा लगता है दैट वे टू लुक, कहाँ से कौन सा बम फटने वाला वी डोंट नो, बट आफ्टर फ्यू डेज लगता है कुछ भी आ जाए आई नो व्हाट टू डू. ऑल राइट. तो सर एज यू मेंशन कि टीचिंग एक ऐसा जॉब होता है जो कि लाइक एवरी डे इज अ सरप्राइज, वी डोंट नो व्हाट्स कमिंग टुडे. तो इट्स लाइक अ जर्नी, है ना? तो आपकी जर्नी में
Right.
वॉज देयर एनी मोमेंट और समथिंग दैट हैड स्टेड विथ यू टिल डेट?
Regarding student experiences
It could be
or
anything.
classroom, what you do like to know?
If there are both, I would like to know both.
Okay. I would share a very interesting experience with you. This is something I tell many of my students that how intrinsic the teacher and student bonding is. So, like there was one student. I would not take the name here. So it was the last day of class. It was a class 10 class, and it was the last day of class. And particular girl walked up to me and along with that notepad, and she said that sir, today is the last day of the class, so would you like to write something on my notepad as a last note, as a memory? And like I said, okay, sure, why not? And I wrote something, and I told her that every time many of the students they come along with their notepads and all, and they tell us to write, but how many of them keep it? I doubt that how many of you will be keep. I told it in a kind of very joking manner,
As you
and
always do.
that girl, right. So that girl looked straight into my eyes and said, "No, sir, I will definitely remember. I won't be like others." I said, "Okay, that's very good, fine." So and then she walked away, and very rarely we were in touch after that. Very rarely. But you would not believe it. Every time from it was I am talking about the year I think 2016 or 17 or maybe before that 15 I think. So every year from that year onwards on that Teachers Day on 5th September, that same girl used to text me along with that particular notepad the message that I have wrote, and it has been her practice for the last 7 to 8 years. And every time she wishes me Teachers Day, and she says that, sir, see, it's been 8 years, it's been 9 years, it's been 10 years. Means as the year progresses, and I still have that note. So, so you see something touches the soul. So this is experience that has deeply touched me.
Now I'm curious to know किस नोट में क्या था.
Oh, well, it was just a common note. It was just a common note. The writing doesn't matter. That means what I said, the girl has taken it in such a means or means to To such extent that actually matters.
Hmm. Uh, I mean, like, there are few teachers, I mean, all the teachers are good, but there are few जिनके साथ bond बहुत ज़्यादा ही, एक parental bond हो जाता है, and then we feel like कि lifetime ये होना चाहिए, we need the guidance. That's what matters. And I think आप अब तक मेरे साथ टच में हो, कहीं ना कहीं you are someone जो कि you throughout your teaching process you must would have said something that must would have touched her as it has touched many of us. So sir, now tell me, how does it feel that when you walk into the class knowing that आज आप कुछ बोलने वाले हो या आज आप जो करने वाले हो somebody is going to be inspired by it. So how do you feel this role as?
Well, nowadays the teaching is not just it's not just dependent on a chalk and talk method. So I think as a teacher, the role of a teacher has evolved nowadays. We are now changing the terminology to a little from a teacher to a mentor. I would just like to just elaborate on this. Like a teacher is, I feel, when you are mostly stuck into the textbooks and the chapters and all, and means you just teach and the syllabus is completed and you move. So I have never seen teaching exactly in that way. For me, teaching is when you do an overall personality development, character development, bringing in the confidence into the child. So all these things combine. It's like a holistic development we tell, but it should not be in a bookish way. So when by seeing you a child comes up to you and said that sir, seeing means when you speak I learn words or idioms through you. When a child says that sir, you have given me the confidence to speak in front of an open assembly. So these are the bigger takeaways for me than just completing the syllabus and all. So whenever I walk into the class, I rather than the syllabus is very important, rather than just concentrating on that, I always have a look into that. How can I work that extra mile for the students so that apart from the academics, proper development of the child also happens. And I think that in the modern days, that's very important and crucial.
Yes, sir. I strongly believe I also share the same idea actually because you know being your student and there are few other teachers जिनके साथ classroom never felt like a boring place. It was always like कि टेक्स्ट बुक के अलावा भी यहाँ पे कुछ और होने वाला है. We were
I
always
still remember
waiting.
you. You always were bubbling with energy in my classes. Uh,
And I was
and if I am not wrong, you were very eager for the English classes to happen.
एग्जैक्टली क्योंकि आप सिर्फ पढ़ाते नहीं थे, आप एक्टिंग भी करते थे. एंड देन मुझको बहुत डर लगता था वेन एवर यू एंड माई क्लास टीचर वर टुगेदर. आई यूज टू बी स्केर्ड कि अब सर पक्का मेरा कंप्लेंट करेंगे और पीटी मीटिंग में मेरी बैंड बजेगी. बट इट नेवर हैपेंड. इट नेवर. आई ऑलवेज सॉ दैट. ओके, दैट्स एन इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग टू नो. और फिर have you ever caught a student pretending that कि वो he's understanding things but कि इसको कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? ऐसा कभी हुआ है?
What do you think? ये तो होने ही वाला है. ये तो होता ही है.
तो
The
you
most funny, I will tell you as a teacher, the student who will look into your eyes and nod the most. Okay, often we find the students, they whenever you look into their eyes, they nod. Like this, they nod. But my experiences, I have found that the 8 out of 10 students, those who nods, they don't understand. Means they it's just an expression for them कि हम थोड़ा सा नोडिंग कर देते हैं तो सर को लगेगा कि हमको समझ में आ रहा है और सर हमको सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे. So that's a very interesting. In my initial teaching days, I was under the impression that they are understanding, but gradually when I started to gain a little experience, then I got to know that they are the ones whom I have to look into because they are the not ones who are not understanding at all. So I hope I hope you have similar experiences in your college and all school.
I was among the one जो कभी कभी like yes sir I'm listening to you. There was once what happened कि um I was eating an orange and वो मैं सर पे नीचे
Okay.
करके I ate it और जस्ट मैं ऊपर उठी एंड आई कांटेक्ट हुआ और फिर लगे आई एम अंडरस्टैंड मुझको लगा मेरा मुंह फुला तो नहीं लग रहा था आई स्क्वीज द ऑरेंज और वो खट्टा था लाइक आंख में पानी आ रहा बट आई कांटेक्ट हटना नहीं चाहिए बट आई न्यू कि उनको पता चल गया मीटिंग बट थैंकफुली वो मेरे को क्लास के बाहर नहीं किए
Eating tiffin and not getting caught, it's like a achievement for every student कि हम खाना भी खा लिया और सर को पता नहीं चला कि मैम को पता नहीं चला. As far as I know,
बट
he
सर
will know better.
अब मुझको ऐसा लगता है ना कि सामने खड़े होके सब पता रहता है कि डेस्क के नीचे क्या चल रहा है बट हम लोग टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहते कि तुम कर लो शांति हो एटलीस्ट कर लो तो ऐसा आप भी
Right,
इग्नोर
right.
करते
That
हो
happens when you have the load of the syllabus. I mean, syllabus भी complete करवाना है और time भी कम है. Then sometimes we tend to ignore the oranges and the apples and the chow-mein and all.
ओके तो सर व्हाट हम लोग ना जब भी लाइक बिहाइंड द बैक हम लोग भी अपने टीचर्स के बारे में बात कर रहे होते हैं एंड स्पेशली जब हम लोग सेम टीचर से पढ़े हैं तो एंड आई ऑलवेज गेट टू नो कि आपका नेम जो है वो हमेशा गुड बुक्स में आता है तो व्हाट इज दैट ट्रिक
Oh,
जो
is
आप
it? Is it?
यस यस कभी ना किसी टीचर के बारे में ओ आई डोंट लाइक उन्होंने मुझको एक बार ऐसे किया वैसे किया ऐसे हो गया था मैं तो बात भी नहीं कर रही थी एंड देन दिस हैपेंड दैट हैपेंड बट योर नेम आई नेवर गॉट कि लाइक ऐसा कभी हुआ कि सर कुछ अनफेयर किए हैं ऐसा कभी सुनने को नहीं मिला है अब
Oh,
तक तो
I,
व्हाट इज योर सीक्रेट हाउ डू यू डू इट
as I have said, Yukta, don't just touch the copies and the pen and the exam. Touch their souls.
हम्म
That's how I work there. So I think we discussed about it before also that if you are just textbookish and all, and if you are only concerned about that, that connect is very necessary. Like you have to create an environment with each and every student so that they are in a position that you कि हाँ इनके पास जाएंगे और अपना प्रॉब्लम बताएंगे तो मे बी आई वुड बी एबल टू गेट द पर्टिकुलर सॉल्यूशन. So that particular it's very important. It means in today's world there are very few people who will understand you actually. So I always want to be that particular person through my talks, through my conversations, through my normal ideologies. If I am able to bring that 1% change within them, so I consider my work done. So somebody I remember sir, some one parent during PTF told me कि सर आप तो इंग्लिश टीचर बन गए बट आपको काउंसलर होना चाहिए था. So like yes, if I am able to do it, I take a lot of pride that actually I am able to do it. That it's more than means the satisfaction that I get in completing a chapter properly is less than I get when I am able to counsel a student or track him to the right path or her to the right
हम्म टीचिंग इज नॉट आई मीन आज के डेट में तो स्पेशली इट इज़ नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड ओनली टिल बुक्स आज के डेट में इट्स फार डिफरेंट एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट ड्राइव्स मी टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जैसे पहले आई हैव सीन जब मैं छोटी थी उस टाइम पे खुद मेरी मम्मी टीचर्स के पास जाके बोलती थी कि अगर ये बात नहीं सुनती होमवर्क नहीं करती तो इसको मारिए है ना पहले वो होता था बट व्हेन आई वाज इन स्टैंडर्ड टेंथ मेरे ही सामने पीटीएम में व्हाट हैपेंड कि द टीचर कंप्लेंट अबाउट द स्टूडेंट कि शी टॉक्स अ लॉट एंड द पेरेंट्स सेड कि यही तो एज है अभी बात नहीं करेगी तो कब करेगी तो थिंग्स आर शिफ्टिंग आज के डेट में इफ़ यू स्कोल्ड अ चाइल्ड तो वो घर जाके कंप्लेन करता है फिर टीचर पे आता है कि लाइक आप डांट क्यों रहे हो ये वो तो हाउ डू यू टेक दिस शिफ्ट पहले जो था वो बहुत टीचर सेंट्रिक था अब वो बहुत ज़्यादा ही ओवरली स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक हो जा रहा है मोर देन नेसेसरी हाउ डू यू टेक दिस शिफ्ट
path. See, Yukta, if I have to talk on this, we have to see how the society has evolved over the years. So, if you see during our time, most of the families they were like joint families. So there was the uncle and the aunt and the mosas and mossies and all and all. So in that particular environment, lots of talks and all are going on. Some pranks are going on. Some people like the Mosi is like scolding the child or other things. So it becomes a part and parcel of the child's life, where they know ki, we have to grow in this particular way, and the elders are there to scold us, and means that has how that's how we have means crossed our adolescent days. But nowadays you see that most of the families are nuclear families, so the child is missing the care and warmth, and even if the parents are working, especially if the parents are working, that particular environment which the child used to have, so that's missing nowadays. And this particular loneliness and all, it is having a detrimental effect on their personalities. So they need a person. They need a person. What I feel, that's my perspective about it. They need a person who would show them a little bit of love, little bit of care, which they haven't got since their childhood days. So they look for that, and because they always yearn for it. If you tend to scold them, if you tend to say something negative, because they have never been in an environment like that, so they take it to their ego, they get hurt a lot. So it has a lot to do, because the word of love and care and all has never been shown to them. They are like loners in life, so they need someone to get that particular position into. And because they are not getting it, they go to a state of frustration and state of stress, and that is the reason they are not able to take things in the right way. So what I feel, that because of these changing scenarios, this point of time, as we are evolving, as I said, there was a time when we were told that spare the stick and spoil the child. It was the it was very much applicable during our times. But nowadays I think, because that particular personal touch is missing in a child, so it's very important to understand the child. I have found many ways, like five teachers, they are after the child and they have scolded the child a lot, but the child has not improved. But one teacher calling the child and explaining to him in a very cool and calm manner has brought a sea change in the child. So I think you can relate with it. So it is that particular care which the child has never got that he earns. So and we have to take the child in that particular way today. Now is the era of communication. So now is not the era of harshness. So if you communicate the child, if you know the inner strengths, and guide him in that particular way, that might be more and more effective than just some scoldings and beatings. So we as teachers have to evolve. Hmm. So this mostly happens because of the trending change in the societies. And as teachers, it is our duty to evolve and get used to it.
So, but there are a few things that I have noticed. Ki, you know, life is not always going to be in a way where we will be always pampered, right? There are hardships, and we are not ready for it. That's why I feel like the suicide rate and these depression and mental diseases, all of these issues are arising so increasingly in our generation.
You're right, Yukta, but it's not necessary that hardships has to be taught in a harsh way. Hardships can also be taught through experiences. Hardship can also be taught through examples. Hardship can also be taught through means softer words.
Hmm.
So
There is also a
it's not
thing.
necessary that you always have to be strict and hard to the particular person. Yes, in some extent it's needed. I am not telling that it's absolutely a no-no. It's needed, but in most of the cases, we have to understand and then instruct. That is more important nowadays.
Hmm. And as you mentioned that our generation is lacking that attention, and everybody wants attention. Everybody wants to be heard,
Right,
and we don't
right.
find
Yeah,
that
that is
safe
the word. You
place.
use the right word. Everybody wants to be heard. Right.
Hmm. Now I know your secret. How do you are never in the bad books of anybody. Now I know it. Thank you very much. Okay.
Like you see, I'm just taking forward what you said. In a joint family, there the child can talk to anyone, but now you see, whom will the child talk to? They
Hmm.
need someone. So that
सोशल
gets
मीडिया
lost.
इज ऑल फेक यहाँ पर तो जो भी है एवरीथिंग इज लाइक पॉलिश्ड तो बट डोंट यू
Right.
थिंक दैट समटाइम्स people take advantage of this like teacher is being extra polite they are not scolding they never raise their voices they're always available तो इसका कहीं ना कहीं advantage लिया जाता है have you ever experienced this
It happens, Yukta, but to be very honest with you, I have not experienced this as of now. I have not experienced this, so it's an unknown territory for me. In my 12 years of teaching career, I have never seen that I am being sweet to someone and that person has taken advantage of me. Maybe it has happened in a professional life. We can talk some later about it. But if you talk about a teacher-student perspective, I am very lucky that it has not happened as of now.
हाँ एज अ टीचर दो तरह का रिलेशन चलता है एक स्टूडेंट्स के साथ रहता है फिर एक अपने कोवर्कर्स के साथ रहता है दोनों को बैलेंस करना रहता है
Yeah. We can talk about that in some other podcast.
या क्योंकि फिर इसका डाइवर्ट हो रहा है वी विल डेफिनेटली डू दैट इन अदर वन तो टेकिंग
Yeah.
फॉरवर्ड माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज इट्स एन इजी वन बी ऑनेस्ट हाँ एग्जाम के टाइम में is what is more traumatizing the answers or the handwriting
The answers of the handwriting. Okay, that's a tricky question. The answers in the handwriting. Uh, I will tell you one thing. Like sometimes the handwriting is very good. So the students, in order to create an impression, has written in wonderful handwriting. But the content that is there, oh, that is not at all up to the mark. Which I think some friend or some acquaintances maybe has told the child that बेटा बढ़िया से लिख दो और अच्छा से लिखोगे तो वो देख के टीचर मार्क्स दे देंगे. So I would advise all my students who might be listening to this podcast कि बेटा अच्छे से लिख रहे हो ठीक है पर टीचर्स भी पढ़ते हैं आंसर्स. ऐसा नहीं है कि आंसर्स में तुम्हारा कंटेंट नहीं रहेगा और राइटिंग बहुत बढ़िया रहेगा और मार्क्स मिल जाएगा. So maybe I heard some of my students talking, अरे वो तो बढ़िया से लिख देने तो सर और जब बड़ा बड़ा करके लिख देने तो सर मार्क्स दे ही देंगे. तो बेटा ऐसा नहीं होता है. So next time onwards be aware about it.
so I mean have you ever found something suspicious in the answer sheet
Suspicious in the sense, many a times. I will tell you a secret. How teachers they tend to catch how that students have copied from friends in and around. Like if there are right answers in the copies, जो सामने वाला है और जो पीछे बैठ रहा है उसके साथ. So then it's very difficult to catch. But मान लो what comes after A is the question, and all three of them has written C instead of B. So then you got to know कि किसी को नहीं पता था और वो एक दूसरे से कॉपी करके लिखा है. So that's a easy way to catch that ये कॉपी हुआ है. So many a time students tend to do that. MCQs में अगर सारा का सारा आंसर सेम आ रहा है तो that is MCQ is the like a piece of diamond for the students है ना कि MCQ में 20 मार्क्स हमको बता देना 10 मार्क्स हमको बता देना तो हो जाएगा. बट अगर गलत हो रहा है सबका तो ये बहुत आसान है अंदाजा लगाना कि वो कॉपी हुआ है मास कॉपी हुआ है.
you enjoy everything
There are
each
some other techniques also, but I would not share all. एक बता दिए चलो वो काफी है.
आई रिमेम्बर एक बार व्हाट आई डिड कि गायत्री मंत्र लिखने के लिए आया था इन माय प्रीवियस स्कूल एंड मुझको आधा याद था आधा नहीं था तो मैंने आधा लिखा एंड ब्रैकेट में आई रोट कि मैम मुझे याद था मैं क्लास में आपको याद करके सुना दूंगी प्लीज़ मुझे अभी मार्क्स दे दो मैंने ये आंसर शीट में लिखा था एंड माय टीचर शी
That's
करेक्ट
so
शी
like you. वो तुम ही कह सकती हो ऐसा.
वो आई और मुझसे पूछी, युक्ता चलो अब सुनाओ, अब बोर्ड पे लिख के दिखाओ अब। और उस दिन वो सबके सामने बता दी कि युक्ता ने कॉपी में ऐसे लिखा था। और फिर अब बताओ, और मैं उस दिन भी बोर्ड पे नहीं लिख पाई थी, बोर्ड पे लिखने पे मेरा हालत ही खराब हो गया, मैं लिखी ही नहीं, गया मेरा मार्क्स, इज्जत भी गई, मार्क्स भी गया। Okay, so now is a rapid fire. Okay, your answer should
Okay.
be within 1 second. Okay. अब मुझे आज हंसी आ रही है, हमेशा आप क्वेश्चन पूछते थे, आज मैं आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रही हूँ। टेबल्स हैव टर्न टुडे।
Chalo, the tables have turned.
ऑलराइट, सो माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, आई थिंक इसका आंसर तो अब तक में मुझको मिल ही गया, बट लेट्स कीप इट। ओके, स्ट्रिक्ट टीचर और फ्रेंडली टीचर?
Friendly teacher any day, any day, any day.
ब्लैक बोर्ड और स्मार्ट बोर्ड?
Well, I said that teachers also have to evolve. So blackboard में तो बहुत मजा आता था, but now we are tech savvy, so smart board as of society's demands.
ओके, योर फेवरेट वर्ड इन इंग्लिश?
Favorite word in English? Perseverance.
Perseverance. I'll ask the meaning later. Okay,
Okay. Perseverance means to keep on trying till you achieve success.
okay. Thank you.
And during PTMs, I write this word a lot. There are many like you, including some guardians also. Those who ask, sir, इसका meaning क्या है? So I tell them. Everyone should know.
Of course,
That
this
should be the mantra of life.
learning should never stop. ठीक है, ग्रामर और क्रिएटिविटी?
Creativity,
ओके,
because grammar is in one way, moving in one direction. Creativity is multi-dimensional.
ओके। One thing that students of this generation has but your generation didn't?
AI, Chat GPTs and Geminis. We were not having that.
Okay. One thing you dislike about being a teacher?
Still searching. I do not dislike anything
Not at all.
because you have to love your profession.
Okay. What advice would you give to a student today who is struggling to learn English?
I would very much necessary. If you think कि हमसे नहीं होगा, हम तो नहीं कर पाएंगे, don't let negativity stop your creativity. Put the first step forward, and there's on the other side of fear, victory awaits. Mountain Dew का ad, डर के
डर के
आगे
आगे
जीत है.
जीते.
So you just right. So you just need to shed your fears and take the first step forward. And once you do that, you see the sea of opportunities is waiting for you.
Okay. Next is, you know, what message will you give to someone who is aspiring to be a teacher? Future teachers.
I would say to people that I came back to where I started. I would like to. Nowadays I find many of my students trying to take teaching as a particular option. They text me and they tell कि सर हम यूपीएससी का तैयारी कर रहे थे तो 4 साल कर लिए तो हुआ नहीं तो हम सोच रहे हैं अभी टीचिंग में आ जाए. तो बेटा आ तो जाओगे बट 1-2 साल के बाद उब जाओगे, अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. So when you have a real passion for teaching, if you feel that you will be able to inspire people, or if you have done it, many of my students they do private tuitions and all, and many of them get a good feedback. So at least try yourself before coming in this particular profession. Don't just take it as any other ABCD choice. You need to be passionate about teaching, then only you will be able to survive here. And now is the era of the survival of the fittest. So that's very.
There's a myth about teaching that पहले बोला जाता था कि for girls it is safe and very respectable क्योंकि ये 9 to 5 होता है, then you get back home and stuff. But now I see that teaching is a very demanding job. You have to be available all the times. Because I find
Hmm.
एग्जाम से एक दिन पहले आई थिंक 10:30 में I was texting my teacher with a list of doubts and she cleared it. So I feel like it never ends. It
Uh,
never ends. Okay.
but that's what I told you. That when you are doing something with passion, even साढ़े दस क्यों 12:30 will not be a stress. But if you are not very much interested, if it आपको कोई बच्चा 6 बजे भी call कर दे, तो you will feel irritated. So the teacher who has cleared your doubt must be a passionate teacher. So that's what it. When passion meets profession, you are into for something big.
I was always lucky in having in terms of friends and teachers. I don't know what it is, but I have always got the best teachers. That's what I feel like. Or maybe all the teachers are best. Even those जिनसे कि मैं स्कूल में डरती थी. Even now when I look back, I feel like I miss them. I miss them. I want to see them again.
Very well, yeah.
So
That's why we are doing this podcast.
नो बट आई वॉज नेवर स्केर्ड ऑफ यू आई वॉज नेवर स्केर्ड ऑफ यू हाँ वो लगता था कि अभी सर मेरे को देख रहे मेरे को अपने मेरे टेबल ही से वो कुछ ना कुछ उठा के अभी मेरे को रोस्ट कर देंगे स्पेशली माई हैंड राइटिंग आई स्टिल रिमेंबर यू वुड कॉल इट ईटा बोल्डर जैसा लिखती हो तुम इतना बड़ा बड़ा एंड आई यूज टू राइट वेरी
Right,
वेल
right, 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 right. It's childish. Is it still childish in the same, or have you changed it?
अब तो मैं मेरा पेपर ही इंग्लिश का हो गया तो ना अब लिखते 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 आई हैव इम्प्रूव्ड अब
Oh, good, good.
हाँ
I would love to see some of your writings now, so
आई
that I
नो
can compare. I still remember your writing.
मैं कुछ भी कर लूँ आई स्टिल गेट रोस्टेड युक्ता ये ऐसे लिखी हो अभी भी आई नो सो
Okay, Sunday you will get a on Sunday. This coming Sunday.
आई एम नॉट ब्रिंगिंग एनी पेन पेपर नॉट एट ऑल
Okay, okay. चलो jokes apart.
सो इज देयर एनी टीचर ऑफ योर्स जिनको कि आप आज भी याद रखें
Yes. My college professor, Mr. Santi Patel. So she means in our college days, we have given him the tagline "Teacher Extraordinary," and he knew about that. He means everyone in the department calls him as Teacher Extraordinary. So why? Because he would walk into the class with a very serious face, and means he has that kind of aura. Means he did aura farming every time he entered the class. Like there used to be a huge green board in our college days. The green board was quite huge. Means it's like two three small boards combined, and that particular huge green board was there. And he used to write in a very not very big, in a small way. And he used to take up one poem and he used to write from the extreme corner of the green board. And by the time 1 hour class was completed, you would not believe there was not a single space left in that particular huge board. Not a single space left. And he was like a non-stop person. He was a non-stop person, means everything, the vocabulary, the confidence, the way he taught, means stupendous, absolutely stupendous. Means there are few teachers I came across who are as means dedicated towards their teaching as that. So to an extent, when I teach poems and all, I try to emulate him, but it would never be possible, I know. But yes, he has been an inspiration.
must be when the teacher has a lot of things to pour into the students it's hard to stop it's hard to stop that's what I feel sometimes when I'm teaching my favorite
And
poem
40 minutes over, you are feeling like that kind of thing with any teacher. That means that teacher is creating an impression.
okay so my last question to you would be please be honest huh have I made you proud
Okay. Oh, definitely, definitely, Yukta, definitely, without any doubt. So, it's a pleasure seeing you, bro. From that little bubbly type of girl which you were in class 8 and 9 till here we are doing the podcast. I take a extreme pride in, and it's the way you have evolved yourself. And one thing I would like to tell about you: you have never let criticism get into your head. I
Hmm.
know some teachers who have been a little bit on the stricter side towards you, but I have found many people they get crushed in that type of criticism. But you have always taken it in a positive way, and you have moved forward, and your sweet smile that you carry at every place, that would take you to greater positions. I am extremely proud of.
Thank you very much, sir. So,
Okay.
today I had this opportunity to unlock you, not just as a teacher, but today you shared a lot of things that I think I would have never known. As your journey of becoming a teacher, your
I told you, no,
experience.
you would be in for a blast.
Of course, that was very true. And I truly wish, and you know what, आप बस एक ही साल हम लोग को पढ़ाए थे एंड उसी साल में ऐसा लगा कि दैट वाज वन ऑफ दोज गोल्डन ईयर्स जब कभी भी प्रेशराइज्ड फील नहीं हुआ एंड इंग्लिश आई आई वोंट टेक द नेम बट देयर वाज अ टीचर स्कूल में नहीं समवेयर एल्स जिनकी टीचिंग की वजह से आई फेल लाइक आई शुड नॉट स्टडी इंग्लिश इंग्लिश है ही नहीं
Oh,
खराब चीज़ है
really?
बट देन व्हेन आई गॉट बैक विथ स्कूल के टीचर से फिर मेरी बातें शुरू हुई एंड आई रिमेम्बर कि वाई आई लेफ्ट इंग्लिश इंग्लिश इज सच अ वंडरफुल थिंग टू डू टू लर्न टू स्पीक टू it's a wonderful
So
thing.
now you must be proud that you have chosen this profession. Your expression tells it.
Ah, because as you know me, I love challenges. हर रोज बोरिंग चीज अच्छी नहीं लगती. हर दिन कुछ नया बम फटना चाहिए है ना. तो इसलिए मुझको
No,
भी
I think the subject suits you perfectly. In your class, if I am not wrong, I have told you once or twice that you can move ahead with this.
many people say
You
कि
can
तुमको
think about it.
टीचिंग बनना तुमको टीचिंग फील्ड में आना चाहिए और मुझको काफ़ी पहले से इंटरेस्ट एज यू सेड मेरे तो फैमिली में ज़्यादातर लोग टीचर प्रोफेसर यही है तो आई हैव सीन देम ग्रोइंग आई मीन आई हैव सीक्रेटली नोन कि स्टाफ रूम के अंदर क्या होता है हाउ थिंग्स आर हम लोग का पूरा पूरा बैक बिचिंग होता है स्टाफ रूम में तो आई नो एवरीथिंग मुझको भी था कि मैं भी कब
Right.
करूँगी ये सारी चीज़ें तो आई वाज लाइक व्हेन
As
आई
I
गॉट
told you, we will discuss it in some other podcast. बहुत सारा चीजें हैं.
ओके सर थैंक यू आज आप इतनी सारी चीज़ें हमें बताए एंड आई एम प्रिटी श्योर कि जो कोई भी आज का पॉडकास्ट देखेगा बीट ए टीचर और अ स्टूडेंट योर स्टूडेंट्स दे विल सी दैट नवरू सर इतने से भी नहीं बदले स्टिल द सेम थैंक यू वेरी
Even
मच
I have the feeling like that.
थैंक यू और आपके जैसे टीचर्स की वजह से ही आई फील लाइक लर्निंग बिकम्स फन थैंक यू वेरी मच
Thank
सर
you so much, Yukta. It's a wonderful initiative that you have started. I have gone through some of your podcasts, and the energy and the creativity that you bring in your podcasts. So I think very soon you are going to make the headlines. My
with your
blessings are there for you
with your blessings
always.
it would definitely be I'm pretty sure. Thank you, sir, and thank you everyone who is listening to this till now. I hope आपको बहुत मज़ा आया होगा. You must would have learned कि what teaching actually looks like, and those who thinks teaching as मुझको भी पहले लगता था कि it is a very demanding and a very challenging thing. But when you love your profession, as sir said, nothing seems like impossible. Impossible.
Impossible.
Sorry, sorry.
Don't worry, I am there to correct you.
अरे यू हैव बीन करेक्टिंग माई स्टेटस मेरे को बहुत एम्बैरेसिंग लगता है मैं जल्दी जल्दी में पोस्ट कर देती हूँ एंड देन आई लाइक हाँ सर का मैसेज आया ये गलत है
Hello, I am your editor in chief.
थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर वाचिंग दिस एंड वी विल बी मीटिंग यू इन द नेक्स्ट पॉडकास्ट टिल देन keep learning keep growing keep smiling and spreading love all around you thank you
Bye bye.